everyone, and welcome. If you don't know me, my name is Maeve. I'm an artist living and working in Los Angeles. And on this cozy, rainy Sunday, I thought it would be nice to sit down and start a new sketchbook, basically. So full disclosure, this sketchbook isn't brand new. The first few pages have some sparse pencil sketches, and there were also some polymer clay stains. I was using it under making polymer clay figurines. But I didn't want to go out and buy a whole brand new sketchbook. Instead I was like, we're just going to ignore those first few pages and I'll consider this spread the start. So I didn't really have any concrete ideas about what I wanted the first page to look like. I didn't have a theme in mind. I was scrolling through Pinterest for reference photos, and I found this one of strawberries. I'll put it here, and I thought it was super cute. I will say I do spend the most time on this specific drawing, and then I kind of move on to easier drawings, things that are more in my comfort zone. And I have to say, I wouldn't necessarily recommend that for sketchbooking. I do feel that it's better to start out with things you're more comfortable with, things that are easy for you, things that you like to draw as a warm-up, and then maybe move on to some studies like what I'm doing here. But I totally did the reverse, which is fine, it happens. And then another challenge for me is I don't usually use colored pencils that often. I use them predominantly if I'm gouache painting. I like to use them as texture on top, or I'll use them as just to sketch with, right? A simple colored sketch that I either transfer to my iPad to draw in Procreate, or I'll go over the top with ink. I'm not super used to coloring in with colored pencils, so that was a fun little challenge, and that's what sketchbooks are for. So after I'm done with the strawberries, I moved on to drawing this cute little strawberry milk carton. Again, I didn't really have a plan for this spread. You can kind of see as I go along that each drawing I do is inspired by the one that comes before it. So strawberries, the strawberry milk, of course. So for this one, I brought out markers. These aren't anything fancy. They're just dual tip markers. They have a brush on one end and a nib on the other side, which is really nice. Really, I haven't used these much for drawing. I mostly use them for bullet journaling, actually. But there is something so fun about bringing out markers and making these kind of chunky, graphic, brightly colored doodles. It's so reminiscent of being a little kid and is honestly just the most fun. I think it's some of the most fun art supplies you can use. So I did decide to outline it in black. I'm not sure how happy I am with this decision. I feel like outlining in black is really a make or break for your art. Sometimes it looks really cool, sometimes it ruins the entire thing. But I think it turned out okay. It definitely makes it stand out more like a sticker, which is fine. That's a vibe. So after the milk carton, I tried to draw this little strawberry cat face. He did end up looking more like a tomato, which is fine, because I think he's a really cute little tomato cat, and it's probably because I was using this bright red color when everything else on the page looked pretty pink. And then also another reason it looks like a tomato is I was really worried about drawing dots and was worried it'd look weird. You kind of see me try there with the yellow colored pencil and I give up. So just a little face, just some oddly placed whiskers, and then of course a little sprout on the top of his head. So I will always say, when in doubt, draw stars if you're trying to fill up little spaces. It's my favorite thing. I do it in my digital art a lot. Just drawing cute little stars. Here I'm adding some more mini strawberries. I'm really just trying to fill the page. And just have fun, just draw some little doodles, have a good time. So then I move on to drawing a cow. I'm sure that you can see where my thought process came from. Strawberry milk. It's time to draw a cow. I will say I did not use a reference photo for this cow, and I really wish that I had. It definitely would have turned out better with a reference photo, I think, because the proportions are a little funky, but it's still cute. So I guess just take this as your daily reminder that references are your friend, especially at least for me when it comes to drawing animals or plants. They always look better with a reference, and yeah, I don't know why I didn't take the time to find one. But it happens. Use references, kids. I will say though, my favorite part about drawing a cow is adding the little pink nose and the pink ears. So cute. And then I wrote cow ? I don't know why I did that. So since I wasn't super happy with how the cow turned out, I decided, you know what, I'm going straight back into my comfort zone. I'm going to draw the thing that I always draw all the time, and that's a girl wearing a big sweater. And I made her holding a little teacup since, it's pouring rain and I have my tea, and, it's just super cozy. That's what we're going for here. Just a very cozy little drawing. So this is kind of what I was talking about earlier, where usually when I'm using colored pencils, I'm using like a very light color to sketch, and then I'll go over it with pen ink. This is basically how I grew up drawing, how I drew all the time in college. This is the only thing that was in my sketchbooks, was colored pencil sketch, ink drawing on top. After inking comes my favorite part of every drawing, and that's adding the little blushies. I like to add little pink cheeks to like every character I draw, and then I also make their ears pink as well. And since she's wearing a sweater and holding a cup of tea, I colored her nose pink to make it look like she's standing in cold weather, So after that, I was kind of running out of ideas. My cat was asleep next to me, and so I just doodled her and added some little hearts because I love her so much. And then, when in doubt, draw a little plant. Why not? I mostly did this just because this green marker is my favorite marker ever. It's my favorite color of the markers. And plants are so versatile. They can, if you're looking for, if there's like an awkward white space in your sketchbook, plants come in like every single shape and form. So it's really easy to make it look good in a blank space. And then I decided to draw some little fishies. I don't know why. Anytime I draw cats, I'm like, okay, I have to draw fish. They just go so well together. They're both so cute. So I just doodled some little fishes. I then decided to try this negative space experiment. I used to do this a lot in college with my art classes, to kind of draw the space around the object rather than the object itself. I don't love that I added this to the page. I feel like I kind of had a good color scheme going on with the pinks and the reds and the greens and a little bit of yellow. And I do kind of feel that the blue ruined it a little bit. But you know what? That's okay. Again, sketchbooks are for experimenting. It's totally fine if you did something in your sketchbook that you feel does not add to the page as a whole. That's kind of what they're for. And here I'm just drawing my cat again. This was from life. She woke up and she looked at me and I thought, oh my gosh, she's so cute. And I'm just gonna do a little doodle. I do think this one turned out much cuter than the previous one, and it just kind of goes to show, I think that's one of the things, if you draw something again, it's usually going to be better the second time, practice and all that. And then I added some cute lettering. This was in an attempt to kind of make the blue fit in with the color scheme. I was like, okay, I'll just write baby because she's a little baby and pick out each color. This is trying to, honestly, to convince myself that the color scheme worked. The primary color is plus green. Anyways, if you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much for watching. I hope you find something to make your day a little cozier, and I'll see you next time. Bye!